நீங்கள் பார்த்துக் கொண்டிருப்பது Tamerica, first Tamil channel from America.
Friends, it's like we'll start up with a very small acronym of ant, of animal. So I would like to showcase a leadership quality, whatever you could look into every animal. So it just looks into the perceptive we look into it. For instance, when I was looking deeper into the letter animal, I could see like A stands for ant. Have anyone noticed an ant which is indisciplined? Have anyone who had noticed an ant which has been lazy, which has been lying all the way across same? And I believe like every one of you would have, so every one of you would be would have seen an ant. Ant is always on the movement. So it is the first thing we should learn from an ant is keep moving. The moment you stay idle, you are hazardous to save. Saving yourself becomes a challenge. Second one, when you look into an ant, I believe every one of you would have heard the story of the ant and the grasshopper. Has anyone heard of it? Okay, so for the benefit of the crowd, I'll say that I'll elaborate on the story. It's a very good kindergarten story where there are two friends. One is an ant and another is a grasshopper. The ant saves its food and stores it in its place, whereas the grasshopper stays very much lazy. And one fine day, the summer is over and we have a winter, and it's very too cold, and people are and the insects and are not able to move around. At that point of time, the grasshopper really feels so bad that it should have to be as active like an ant. This is what we should learn from ant. So you need to keep working. You don't know when you will have a strong stuck or when you have whatever hurdles. It's like you execute your work. That is more important when it comes to the hands. And when I looked into another letter, N. So when I looked into the letter N, I could see like it reminded me of another beautiful animal or a small reptile. Okay, so that is nothing but called naked mole rat. So it's neither a mole, it's neither a rat. Aதாவது, for the benefit of the crowd, let me communicate it in Tamil. So naked mole ratsன்றது வந்து மூஞ்சூரும் கிடையாது, எலியும் கிடையாது. It's not a mouse or it's not a rat. It's something in between. The uniqueness of it is it has adapted to live with just 10% of vision. So just நீங்க யோசிச்சு பாருங்க, நீங்க இப்ப பார்க்கக்கூடியதுல ஒரு 10% தான் உங்களுக்கு தெரியுது. ஒரு விஷயம் is just 10%. So how would be like how blur it would be. This animal lives with such a blurred vision for its entire lifetime, and it has got a skin which has not got any fur. எந்த முடியுமே அதோட தோல்ல இருக்கிறது இல்ல. ரொம்ப ஸ்மூத்தா ஒரு நியூ பார்ன் ரேட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா எப்படி இருக்கும், ஒரு நியூ பார்ன் பேபி எப்படி இருக்கும், அது மாதிரி அதோட லைஃப் ஃபுல்லாவே இருக்கும். காரணம், because this animal lives deep into the sand and it spends almost like 90% of its lifetime inside soil. So this is a kind of stress that that particular animal lives across its life. But good thing is, whenever you're into, what we can learn from this animal is, whenever you're into such hazardous or such pressurized situation, the best out of the best comes out of you. Similarly, the best is with just 90% vision, because it needs to protect its eyelid in the mud. So it will just with just 10% of the vision, it is able to communicate. And second thing you would know about that is, it has got an intent to live without oxygen. Like it has a capacity to build the fructose level in the cells for its survival, where it can survive almost like 18 minutes for even if it is chopped, which is somewhere the highest animal which could sustain without oxygen for a quite long time, or which can be self-dependent on its individual oxygen or without an oxygen abundant, and it can survive even at a place where you've got 80% carbon dioxide. Just think of a car garage where the car's engine is on and it's filled with carbon dioxide. What would we humans will be doing? We'll die to cough. Whereas this particular rat kind of mole rat can survive even at that condition. It means when we are ready and when we get equipped ourselves for the tough situation, even the toughest situation becomes the general order of the day. And again, when looking into the letter I, the letter I gave me an insight of a beautiful animal called iguana. It is iguana is something like what we it's kind of, it belongs to the family of lizards, but it's a very big one, and it's one of the most exotic and ornamental pet in current days in countries like America. So what is so good about it? First one, it has got a beautiful color changing capacity. Second one, it has got a beautiful strength. The strength of its leg are like wonderfully way, and the biggest strength of this particular thing is you cannot catch an adult iguana because it has got 360-degree vision. So out of 360-degree vision, and it has got power to get itself hidden into bushes at a very rapid speed. It's not so easy. It's not easy to catch an adult iguana. So friends, here what we should learn is the speed of our action, the alertness of us. These two things make this particular animal a very, very exclusive, and it is more competent, and it is to the situation how it needs to be. Looking into the next letter of animals, M. What I came to my mind was maned wolf. Have anyone heard about maned wolf? Maned wolf என்ற ஒரு பர்టిక్యులர் விலங்க பத்தி யாராவது கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? It's not a wolf. It's not a fox. So first we can start learning from its name itself. Some people may have a good name or something, but they may not be the same for the every time you interact with them. So that is very importantly you need to know. So from this man to it's very important, like you know that they like people may be good, bad, ugly, or howsoever it, but it is all perspective to that particular point. Animal which is named as a maned wolf is not a wolf. So isn't it different to know that you call it a wolf, but it's not a wolf? Why it is called as a wolf? Because it looks more like a wolf, but it's a dog. It belongs to the dog family. It doesn't belong to wolf or fox. It's a dog family. And since its features are more similar to a wolf, it is called maned wolf. Do you know why it is named a maned wolf? Because though it looks like a wolf, it does not bite or hurts a person who feeds him. So that is one of the primary character of an dog. Any dog, even if you nurture it with food, even if you beat it out of anger, it will not beat you back. For almost major variety of dogs, still hold on to this kind of affinity, or you can call it as a gratitude, or it's some the way you feel. But that is the kind of thing you need to know, because people may may call someone as a wolf, but inner he may be a good dog. That is, he may be so grateful to what even a small thing you do. So that is one leadership skill everyone needs to learn from this important and very unique animal. And when I looked into the alphabet A, what came into my mind was alligators. Generally, people confuse ourselves with alligators and crocodiles because they both look the same. But alligators are a little smaller, whereas crocodiles are much bigger, and the paws and the length of alligator is much smaller when compared to crocodiles. For instance, a crocodile will easily grow for 6+ feet, or at least 5.5 feet to 6, whereas alligators generally don't go more than 4 to 5 feet. So what is so specific about alligator? You know what? Alligators they coexist with crocodiles. So alligators coexist with crocodiles, but they still exist in the place and they have their own prey. See, at a market or at a place or anywhere, we may have someone who is much stronger than us, much influential than us, who's more capable than us with us. That doesn't mean that our survival is at stake. Still, we need to play our ball so that we keep the ball rolling and the game going, so that we have our own runs and we make our own records. So that's a kind of motivation that one should get to know with the alligators. Yeah. Alligators have almost, even if many people cannot even find a difference between an alligator and a crocodile, but still, alligator survives in a place where it has a same kind of predator which coexists with it and which is much bigger and which is more aggressive. But still, alligators are so strong that crocodiles cannot reach to eat them or hurt them. So next one I would like to know, when you look into the animal's letter, is called L, the letter L. So the first letter, when I look into this letter L, the only small animal or the insect which came to mind was the leech. So I mean, like everyone would have heard about leech, and the moment we say a leech, everyone would have thought, had a very bad opinion. Do you know that leech is the only organism on earth which bites you and the bite does not poisonous? Isn't it strange that that is one animal, there is one insect or a worm which has a capability to bite you, and that bite will not hurt you, because of course it has got a special anesthetic power, which means it seduces the tissue so that even if it is biting, you will not feel the pain. First one. Second one, even if it is bites you, the bite is not poisonous. Even a dog bite, you need to go for an injection. Dog being your pet, even if it's going to be a snake bite, it has got a venom. But this is the only animal which does not hurt you. And you know what? This particular aspect of leech is taken into support at many medical practices where micro punctures or micro sealings cannot happen. These leeches are used in health conditions, and this is not just for 1 or 2 days. Since for ages it has been used into existence. And when I look into the last letter S, and here comes sambar. The sambar is a particular variety of the deer. So in the art variety, what is so good about this is this is one of the highest hopping deer varieties, and the fur of sambar is so soft and it has got so much hairy structure on it, which makes that next to honeybees, sambar is the animal which contributes to our pollination. அதாவது ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் மேல் ஃப்ளவர்ல இருந்து ஃபீமேல் ஃப்ளவருக்கு அந்த போலன்ஸ் டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஆகுது இல்லையா? The transfer of pollens is very much enriched by this sambar. Not only with the transfer of pollens, it also contributing towards creating forestation and see, like artificial forest generation it has been a tool now. So which means like even a regular habit of an animal can be used for a good purpose. It may be look like this is just for a beautiful fur and it moves out left and right, but look into the kind of pollination support it does. It is just next to honeybees. Honeybees, since has got a wings, they fly across and they could support a lot in pollination. But this being one of the only herbivores which supports for such a vast level of herbivores. In short, friends, we had this acronym of animals. And remember, like this acronym of animals was taken that every organism in this life has a leadership skill. And as Aristotle said, like even the last person I encounter in my life will give me a protective lesson for me for a better living. And let's sages have gone, and let's not restrict ourselves only with humans we interface. Even with small non-living and living things have a lot of meaning and adds a lot of support in this ecosystem. So let's understand this for a better humanity and be a better leader. Thank you, one and all, for this wonderful opportunity.